With the news of Tyler Perry Studios' new deal where they're going to be working on unscripted content, that includes, things like talk shows, documentaries, and also, reality TV. And Tyler Perry did hint at one point about, like, I would love to do my own kind of version of The Bachelor. And I think it would be pretty interesting if, let's say, hypothetically speaking, what if Tyler Perry's version of The Bachelor wasn't just, a random man or woman, because Bachelor slash Bachelorette, he would change the name, obviously. But let's just say that Tyler Perry, what if he tried to find love for some of his actors? Maybe some of his actors who just so happen to be single, and they gathered together 14 to 20 plus people. I forgot, I haven't watched The Bachelor in quite a while, so I couldn't tell you exactly how many women or men show up. But regardless, it would be interesting if he did something like that. Maybe it doesn't even have to be exactly like The Bachelor. Maybe it could just be a handful of contestants, if you will. But I did see a couple people say in the comment section on my post about it, hey, Jeremy, I know you said something about, the talk shows about how, hey, what if Tyler did like a Keep It Positive, Sweetie talk show for Crystal? I think that would be pretty cool. But what if we take it a step further of, well, Crystal has stated, in her own podcast and other appearances on different, podcasts, she's talked about her love life, dating. And, well, then again, yeah, she's talked about her past in terms of dating, but in terms of like her current status, I do recall her saying in one of her podcast episodes that she wouldn't reveal who she was with until they were like walking down the aisle or something like that. Basically to make sure, like what they have is real, as opposed to, let's say, this guy using her for clout, that kind of thing, which is pretty admirable. But whew, Crystal, people know how to find you. So yeah, I mean, kudos, to her. And look, this is just me talking as a regular person. Yeah, I would just respect the privacy, but you know how this world is. There is no privacy unless you're really, 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 really low key. But that's besides the point. I think it will be interesting because, aside from DeVal, I feel like, Tyler is Crystal's close friend and confidant. So with him having the means to do so, I think it will be pretty interesting if, let's say, in terms of coming up with the concept for the show, it could be Flavor of Love, I Love New York, Bachelor, Bachelorette style, where it's Crystal, and there are a bunch of suitors vying for her attention and her affection, and we'll see who comes out on top. And it would be cool if we saw like the screening process of this, like the contestants send in tapes and whatnot. No, I would not compete. No, I would not. Because I feel like I'm too young. I'm only 32. Yeah. Seriously, I wouldn't do it. Now, if it was Jean or Jasmine, but no, I probably no. I know where I stand in the world, and I doubt I could, have a shot at any of these women, wonderful as they are. But that isn't me fishing for comments. It's me being realistic about it. So I think that it would be funny and very cool if we saw the behind the scenes kind of look, like in the first episode. No, what is it called? Like on The Bachelor, they call it, isn't it called like, it's just a reunion episode. It's like when they're down to the last 2 or 3 contestants for the final rose and the proposal. That's when they have the reunion of all the people who were sent home, and they tell stories and whatnot. And then they kind of, go over the screening process for some of the people. What if it was like Tyler, DeVal, Kadeen, and maybe one of Crystal's other close friends who like go through the audition tapes and whatnot and pick out who they feel would be the best contestants, if you will, to be on the show for Crystal. That I think that would be pretty interesting. But then again, I think that with Crystal being, wanting to be private about her love life, I think that she and look, I don't know Crystal personally, so I don't want to come across as like, I know what she would want. I don't want that to be the, what people take away from this video. But I'm just kind of going off what she said on the different platforms she's spoken on in terms of her personal and dating life. I don't think she would want to have it exposed like that, if that makes any sense. But it would be interesting, don't get me wrong, and I feel like there would be hundreds of thousands of people sending in, their self tapes or whatever to try to be on the show, because Crystal is definitely a catch. But I just think this could be an interesting show. What do you think? Do you think that if one of the shows that Tyler Perry Studios produces in terms of a Bachelorette kind of series, Crystal could be, like the Bachelorette, if you will? And if there are other Tyler Perry actors you think would fill the role nicely to be the person looking for love, who do you think should be, added to the list? But to be honest, a lot of other Tyler Perry actors, especially during like the strikes and, Rona and whatnot, many of them, got hitched or had babies and whatnot, or got engaged. So the list might be shorter than you think. So with that being said, let's talk about in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.